You said, we want to play to our standard. I'm sure it's an annual question, but your message to everybody on staff, your players, the state about what that standard is.
Well, we just have to be smart, and I want to see a fast, tough team. I want to see a team that plays hard. I want to see a team that if you go who played the hardest, I don't know what the score is, but who played the hardest, I want it to be the Hogs. That's a reflection of our team and our coaching staff, and to be honest with you, a reflection of our state of a lot of hard-working people. And that's what we want to be. We want to be smart to begin with, and then after that, we want to roll that ball out there and let's go play the hell out of the game. And that's what we've got to see, and we've got to be consistent doing that. And I believe that we will.
You mentioned some of the cover zero, a lot of blitzing from Alabama A&M defensively on the opposite side of the football. What have you seen from them on offense that your defense is going to have to be focused on this weekend?
They like to throw the deep ball. They're an RPO team, but they throw it deep. They've got a good quarterback, Cornelius Brown, and he can sling it. He's big and he can sling it. And but we've got to stop the stretch play. I mean, we have to. They like to run it, like to run inside zone as well. But the things probably the most concerning would be the deep threat, their RPO game, and we have to stop the stretch.
Just now that it's a game, are there any one or two maybe biggest questions on your mind that, not necessarily doubts, but what things you're asking yourself, is my team going to be able to do this on a game day on Saturday?
Well, it's, Monday and we haven't practiced yet, but I've seen all the scouting reports, what we're planning on doing. I like our game plan to this point, on paper. We're doing what we can do. And so really, honestly, I really don't – we need to have a good week of practice, and I can't wait to get to Saturday. But I really don't have any major concerns. We can punt it. We've got a good punt returner. We've got a good kickoff returner. We can kick it. Starsik's doing well. Some of those questions that you might have, where are we at wideout, I'm not concerned about that. Tight ends, I feel really good about the team, so I don't really we go out and play, and I don't have a concern that we'll go out and play extremely hard and smart. I'm just ready for a good week of practice and can't wait for Saturday.
Who are the voted on captains so far?
Xavier Sorey on defense, Xavier Sorey Campbell. On offense, Taylor Green and Junior Carmona, and on special teams, Devin Bell. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to wait until the team saw all the special teams and all that, and then we'll name another captain through that special teams captain as well, and we'll vote on that no later than Wednesday of this week.
You watch any week zero games?
I did.
Do you have any takeaways from that? A lot of times there's a lot of penalties, turnovers, stuff like that.
Yeah, well, there was one in the Iowa State, K-State game where a guy cramped after they spotted the ball, cost them a timeout. And, there seemed to be a lot of penalties in that game to start with. And those things are not, you can't just accept that, well, that's week one. We've got officials at every practice, so, and, we had a TikTok dance that cost Stanford, a big penalty. And it's pretty simple. If you just celebrate with your own players, it certainly will help. And I'm sure their coaching staff, listen, I never made a big play, but if I would have, I probably would have danced too, but those are teaching moments for our team and I'm sure their team as well. But we've got it. We're going to show it because we've got to teach off of it.
One of the great traditions here is running through the A.
Yeah.
Last year, I saw you a couple times. You did
Yeah,
the hip,
walking
you'd have to,
through the
you'd have to
A.
kind of peel off a little bit. You able to go through it?
Man, I'm gonna run as fast as I can run. You know, I've been a year off. You know, I should be in better shape than I've been. So, no, you know, it's a great tradition. It really is, and to be a part of that and be the first guy. Now I don't finish first, but to be the first guy running out there, it's a great tradition and a great honor to be that guy. And I hated it last year that I wasn't able to do it, but I can this year. I'm going to be rolling.
I had a question about your D-line, just maybe with the depth and Okie. Any concerns going in with depth on your D-line?
Yes, I think everybody would like to have more depth with everywhere, especially your bigs on both sides of the ball. The guys that we have out there, no, I believe they can play, you know. But with Dave being out, that does, you know, some of these younger guys are going to have to step up along with Blackstock. He's going to have to, we moved him there we don't need him on the depth chart. We need him in the game. And so, yes, there would be a concern there. Simply depth. I feel good about us with, you know, obviously Cam, Ian, and Danny. But we'll see how Stock does. I think he'll do well. And then we've got to continue to develop these young guys until Dave's able to get back.
There was a study that came out over the weekend. I think the Tuscaloosa News USA Today Network did it about running plays from the 1 yard line. Did you happen to see that?
I didn't.
Apparently, teams that line up under center score at a higher rate from the 1 than shotgun teams, and there's a number of reasons for it. But I wonder what your maybe philosophy, because you guys will go under center right there some.
Right.
You mix it up. Do you remember?
A lot. We do. Yeah, we do. Normally, the bigger the formation, the more higher percentage that we're underneath the center. Obviously, there is always a threat of running the sneak as well. You know, and sometimes they'll take you what might be considered taken out of a sneak situation with a bare front with mugged up linebackers. We're making you do something else, which we obviously have a check system down there as well. A lot of times when you're in a gun situation there, you're more apt to be in some type of read with your quarterback, you know, so there's two different thoughts there, and we have both of them.
Coach, you mentioned going back and forth between watching Alabama A&M film from last year and also Miles College. I'm curious, is it difficult to get film for a Miles College, a small school like that, or is it pretty easy these days?
Well, we got it. The view's a little different, you know, but it was still good film. But, you know, the camera angle's not, you know, quite as high as what normally you're used to. But no, we still got really good film from them.
And you know Coach Shade or anyone on that staff? Like, have you ever come across them? Or
You know, I always like to go, if it's a new team, I always like to go and see who they have on their staff and their history and all that. And, you know, he actually has some guys that played in the league, including himself, coached in the league. So, like I say, that's why I said I think he's got a really good staff. But I don't recall anybody that I've coached with or I know well that's on his staff. All right, guys. Thank you.